79 gold.
Oh, damn it.
I think I just spent too much money on just making people happy and buying things.
In our game?
Yep. Like I just tossed mad gold to all the people who sell food.
Your name? Your name changed for some weird reason.
That's from the other campaign. I gotta change it back.
Okay.
You want the chocolate pie?
Oh, that does sound really nice. Yes, please.
Got something on my keyboard. I muted myself. All players get like 500 gold, and then you, the DM, be like, oh, contributor of the town saw it as a good deed to further the funds of you guys. So here you go. Ching. Yeah. But it'd be like a super high tier one, where it's 500 like each, like a high denomination number for everyone. So it's not like, here's 500 split that. It would be like this. It would just to have this, like, obviously there's some campaigns that are just like, oh, we're not doing items, it's going to be regional, but sometimes the items that we already have, you know, it's like, we're not going to keep shopping campaigns, but if somebody did that, I'm just thinking of like, Dimension 20 Burroughs End or something like that, like a detective noir setting, something like that would be still, you can be like, hey, like, you guys got some cash, you guys want to pick an item and say you found it or something? I don't know, it'd be the DM's discretion on how to do it, but I just think a coin drop would be good. Just imagine you guys are going through, it's like, the Vorpal sword has hit the lottery of 20 million galactic credits. Yeah, the 4 billion galactic credits that you guys are getting in increments of each quarter of 250 million credits. Which is, it's been taxed and a portion of Omega Polystratus is taking the cuts. And that's what you guys are left with. 250 million is spread for the bullshit.
And welcome into Evils of Enferacuse. I am your evil DM, Conkleod, and I am excited to have you join us. Last time here in Enferacuse, our intrepid party was looking for a missing little child, Eloise. And when they went to the docks and found a reported child there, they also found a little more than they bargained for, as a creature with large tentacles rose out of the water, seemingly controlling the child, and they had to fight them off in order to rescue them, which they all did so successfully. In the end, everybody was able to go back to the Rock Bottom Inn to celebrate, as well as the guards bringing their official writ, making the Rock Bottom Inn a guild hall. And with that, much partying, much rumpus was done that evening. Yes, I saw your eyes go when I used rumpus. It was a lot of fun. Everybody seemed to have a good celebratory mood, except Tobias, who had a bit more somber feelings, it seemed like, through the evening. But everybody was able to get some rest, go to sleep, take a long rest up from their bit of action, and heal up a little bit here too and there. So as we wake up, one member of our group actually was not with the group and left a note that they'd be right back. And that is Reef, which is where we're going to start. Reef, going back in time, we are going to enter a similar situation. You had just really taken some time to do some investigation after you had been transported off into this other distant space where you and your companion were taken off the area and then magically transported back following a random spirit or ghost. We join you as you are outside the Rock Bottom Inn, and you have been just kind of poking around ever since, kind of following your companion's nose there. They perk up again, and they decide that they are going to try and nudge you to go out the gate in a direction.
I follow.
As you do, you kind of know this pathway. You remember it a bit because it seems very similar to the path you were taken on before, with a little bit of some twists and turns around the some side of Enferacuse. You still make your way to the drain, the large waterway. This time, though, you see that your companion stops at the edge and does not really want to go forward down over the edge like you did the last time. There is just that still opening towards the drain. You're right next to the bridge. Out along the way, you see people. It's pretty early. It is a little bit more light out. People are moving around. And you see down just something, just water passing through, and a bit of a small crowd by the water edge.
Can I investigate?
Go right ahead. Feel free to roll for that.
Investigation. Oh boy. Okay, that was a 7.
Okay. You can tell there's 4 individuals down there, 2 taller than the others.
Okay. Do they look suspicious at all?
It looks like they're huddled in some sort of conversation.
Can I sneak closer to hear what they're saying?
You can attempt to, and there are 2 pathways for this. You could either try to go down the edge of the drain towards the water, or you could go over to the bridge and see what you can gain maybe over the bridge a little bit.
Is the path by the drain slippery?
We will roll for that. It is actually not a bad day for it, so... No, it looks like it's dry.
Okay, I'll take the drain path.
Okay. Can you give me a... my brain just stopped in terms of what roll. Not deception. What am I looking for here? Stealth. Stealth is the one I'm looking for.
That would be a 19.
All right. You move and arch yourself down well, and your companion knows you well enough to kind of just follow your lead in this as you kind of crouch your way down the drain. There isn't too much in terms of cover, but the other folks who are down there seem very engrossed in their conversation. when you get closer, you give me a perception check.
Perception. Natural 1.
Oh God. Okay.
Too many people. They freak me out.
You feel like you are in danger now, and it kind of freezes you in place a bit. You hear some harsh words a bit from the what seems to be the tallest individual, but also some strange like back and forth over like seemingly berating the smaller folks on there. They move back a little bit towards the water and just kind of hang their heads and don't really say very much. Just kind of going back and forth, back and forth. Eventually, they get to a point where they just kind of nod, and everybody who's in that group starts to make their way, instead of making their way up towards you or up that rampway, just kind of down the drain a bit, down further south.
Huh. Whoa. Sorry, that was my phone.
You can attempt to go further with them, or you cannot.
I will go further.
Okay. We will go with another stealth check.
7.
Okay.
Feel slightly panicked.
As they pass underneath the bridge and make their way out, they notice on the other side of the bridge and you moving past that your shadow, who is now cast a little bit, and so they see your shadow a bit and turn around. As they turn around, you at this point can realize you've met these two before, at least the two taller ones. It is the two odd gentlemen who you've met when you also saw the other two people who were with them, two of the orphans who are with them.
Huh.
They seem to see you and cock their heads a bit. Bit strange. Seeing you here.
Hi. Just exploring the city a little bit.
Well, you mind it. Where you step.
Yes, people scare me sometimes.
That's probably the best thing you can think about. Take care now. Come along, boys. And they make their way out the drain and escorting the other two youngsters as well. Those two younger, the two that we're talking about are the ruffian that was a bit of the talker when you were meeting them, as well as the orange cat, the orange tabaxi cat boy. So they make their way out. You can try to attempt to follow them now, or you can take a different route. I will leave it up to you. They are aware of your presence.
I will take a different route.
Okay. It doesn't appear that your companion either really is necessarily looking to follow them. As you make your way out, back up towards the drain, you see something very familiar. It is a grate covering a space that you entered recently. It seems like the place that you had kind of explored a little bit before, because you're right in that spot. You realize it is right there, but it's covered now.
Huh. Does it look like it was recently covered, or
I'd say because you're close and examining it and you were there, it looks like it's something kind of new. It wasn't there before. Or it wasn't like around it before.
can I remove it to go in?
That you can attempt, but you do see a padlock.
Ah. Do I have lockpicks? Let's see. I do not. Can I break the padlock?
You can attempt to.
I would like to attempt to.
Go for it. It has a bit of a high roll on this one, so let's see where we go.
Which check should I do?
Let's go with strength.
Okay. That would be a -1.
You injure your hand, so cheese take 1 point of damage for like kind of like cracking your hand on this, and you get a bit from your companion there, and you just realize there might be another way you have to tackle this at some level. Above you, you hear what appears to be a very musical kind of horn going.
I want to check that out.
On your way up, you make your way and you see that there is a group of guards and a young horn bearer marching their way towards the Rock Bottom Inn. But at the back of them, you do see another guard who kind of was looking over the edge and is waiting up for you up the top.
It's
What were you doing down there?
exploring.
It seemed like you were trying to get into that space. You know that's not allowed, right?
I've been in there before and there wasn't a grate, so I was wondering why there is now.
You were in there before.
Yes.
That is the citywide sewer structure is very stringent that you're not allowed in there as a civilian. So, I'm glad we should have a conversation. I'd like you just to come with me.
I visibly start to pale and panic, but nod and go along.
Okay. As you make your way, he has you make your way to the guard barracks that is south in some side of Enferacuse. And this basically brings you to what appears to be a question and office space answering things. Kind of bringing you upstairs. He kind of brings you around. No, doesn't seem any issue of aggression or anything like that. You come into an office room with a window overlooking, where he says, "Okay, we have to kind of call this. And I'd like to just take a look at your blood writ real quick, just to check your record."
I completely forget if I have one.
You do have one, and right now I'm checking how you got it because I have that as well.
Dum, 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 dum.
I'm doomed.
Nah, doom's a very strong term. But you do have one. Everyone has a blood writ on them. A couple people have more than one, but you have one attached to you right now.
I show him.
Okay. He takes a look at your blood writ and trying to kind of turns it over a bit, looking in a different way. Actually, okay. We are going to have fun right now. Actually, you were not here for the first session where we went over this. You now get to find out whether or not how your blood writ works. So we're going to ask, would Reef gotten their blood writ, which is basically their ID, would they have gotten it legally?
Probably not.
Okay. Would you please roll a d20?
Oh boy. Okay. Rolling 14.
Okay. I'm going to roll for your the guard who has walked you out here in his perception. Okay. He looks it over and kind of swides his finger along the edge of it a little bit in motion. Doesn't seem like anything comes out to his knowledge, so all right. Let me just check you in our files real quick. He hands you it back. Taking a look, he's peering through what seems to be a large scroll that has a bit of a glow to it, and it's kind of just moving his finger across it, and there's some things moving across the scroll. Yes. Nothing much here, just some animal vagrancy. That's nothing too bad here. So, well, I think it's going to be, because again, you're not allowed to be in that sewer space. You need one day to think about this here, and just one holdover day. I don't think we need to charge you any gold because it doesn't look like you actually broke anything unless your hand is broken.
I put my hand in my lap and nod.
Okay. With that, he leads you to basically the next level up, which it seems like there is some reasonable, nicely maintained cells. There is one really drunk dwarf in one of them, but everybody else is empty. He says, "You and your companion can stay in here. I'll make sure you're fed this evening, and I will be back tomorrow. Is there anyone we should tell you're here?"
I name my party members.
All right. I'll just write that down. We'll get a letter out over there. You see him write on the letter, "We'll be back soon." And he says, he goes downstairs. Now, you do spend the evening overnight here. A couple things happen while you're there. First off, early, really almost after you arrive, you hear this really large ruckus happen right outside that guard tower. And at some point, when you look out the window, you see Zari at the top of a tower that's just like similarly in the same height as you, as well, and just basically like beating a bunch of people up there. And below, you see then your party has basically bested a bunch of the guards in a bunch of activities. The other thing you see is after that all that ruckus is taking place, give me a perception check.
Perception. 24.
Oh, awesome. You also, because there's not really much to do in this cell, so you're doing a lot of window watching in this. You do notice that Eloise, from the Rock Bottom Inn, makes their way down and towards the guard tower, and must enter somewhere below you at some point. Really?
Can I
Go
get
ahead.
any kind of attention from the window?
You can try.
I'm going to try to find something shiny to like reflect.
You still okay? So this is the really fun thing about this guard. Like I said, he didn't take anything from you, so anything you had, you have. You do note randomly, and this would have came up in your random perception, the dwarf has an axe that is drunk.
I take the axe I
I
use it.
You can slide it from the bars. So you slide this axe, and that dwarf is not getting up right now. So you do have to take this axe, and you want to put it in the window?
Yep.
All right. Let's see what Eloise is doing. You kind of look and are just trying to wave it. Eloise has no idea that you're doing that. Just kind of keeps walking in, and again, and like I said, enters somewhere below you.
Cool. I give the dwarf the axe back.
As it hits the ground near him, oh, fun. Yeah, and he goes back to sleep. You didn't keep watching out the window. Generally speaking, as the sun sets, you don't really see any other sign of Eloise. It just kind of, you do see at the regular passage and the guards kind of moving in and out towards there. It looks like there's some yelling from the captain of the guards as there's a formation down below. And a really, really excited Sparrowkin who's hopping up and down around him. The night falls, and from there, there's not really much to see. The lights of the city of Enferacuse come in, which is a lot of light, candlelight, and things across the city. You have a really nice view, though, because you're 4 stories up, so you really have a more of a higher view than you have had at almost any time. A fog rolls in that you can see from the opposite side of the city out towards the lake, just kind of slowly making its way across.
Does it look like natural fog or?
Give me a nature check.
That would be an 8.
It looks like it's just a roll in a little bit, but it seems like the wrong time of day.
Okay.
So
I'll keep watching.
Yeah, you keep watching. You have a viewpoint that sees a lot at that level. At some point, you do see a crashing of wood just enter the air out by the seaside. Not really much else you can see from this distance, but you can see like something strange at the edge of that fog bank.
Okay.
From there, not much else to see or do for the rest of the evening. The guards are just doing regular rounds, and you can fall asleep in your holding cell.
I do that.
Very good. In the morning, you will hear a clang up against the bars that it wakes you and your companion, and the same guard who came and brought you is arrived on scene. All right. Seems like you're doing all right. Did they bring up food for you last night?
Did they?
No, they did not.
I shake my head no.
All right, let's get you some breakfast and out of here. He opens the cell door, and he kicks the cell door next to you with the dwarf. Gerald, you gotta leave. It's time to go. Yeah, I'll be out at the same time next week. No, Gerald, no. And he opens the dwarf's cell and just leaves and asks you to follow him.
I follow.
You make your way downstairs. When you arrive, the guards have a bit of a mess space down in the bottom of that tower. He offers you to take some porridge and bacon with you and encourage you to make your way back out to the Rock Bottom Inn, since he did send a note there.
Cool. I eat and go my way.
Perfect. You arrive at the Rock Bottom Inn, and you'll be the first one awake. About that time that you arrive, we will join up with the rest of the group, and who have had some really nice frivolity from the previous evening, as well as some battle fatigue. And the first one up this morning is going to be Doric. Doric, you wake feeling a bit of a stretch from your muscles of hammering these tentacled creatures a bit last night. But more importantly, you wake to the smell of bacon.
Perfect. Oh, I could use some bacon, eggs, pancakes. Wonder what the bacon's made of. I hope it's with cell bacon.
Doric, give me a history check.
History. 7.
Doric, you vaguely remember there was something strange about getting back from that guard's encounter. Just can't put your finger on it right now. Okay?
Yeah, it's something scratching the back of my head.
Okay.
But there's bacon too.
Yeah. You were able to get dressed. You check your space. I'm assuming like normal. Yep. Nothing looks odd. Everything looks in place. You do look like you kind of just came in laid out from the frivolity of the evening. Nothing wrong with that. And you're able to make your way down the stairs. And arriving down at the bottom of the stairs, you do see a couple of plates out, and it seems like two things are happening. First, the orc is still back in the kitchen and has laid out a couple of things and is pouring a drink. As you see, Tobias is just kind of sitting at the far table, just with his head in his hand like this.
I grab a plate, grab a drink, and I make my way towards Tobias and say, "Big man, hit me with a biscuit."
He tosses you a biscuit. At this point, also, Reef, you walk in to see a biscuit flying through the air at Doric.
With my
duck for cover.
You do not get hit by a biscuit.
With my hands full, I just catch it with my mouth. Ah!
I want acrobatics for that.
Acrobatics will happen. 21!
Oh my god. Okay, you do. You artfully and swiftly catch a biscuit in your mouth from the orc who tossed it to you.
If it's for food, I'll always roll high.
Oh my gosh. Okay, hey, so be that. You make your way over to Tobias, and Reef, you can decide either go that direction, go to your room, your choice.
I'll go that direction and just kind of stick close with the people I know.
Very cool. Take a seat. Tobias is just kind of contemplative there. Man, did you guys have a good night?
Yeah,
Where?
why so glum, chum?
Well, I was gonna ask where he's been, but you do you all the time. It's okay. Um,
What? Who? Oh, Reef.
Hi,
Where have you been?
prison.
Hmm. Did you deserve it?
Maybe.
Tobias like gets off of his hand for a second and looks like, for real?
I just nod.
Hey, we've been dealing with the guards all day. One of us had to end up in prison, I guess. Pull the plate.
Tobias kind of looks at like contemplative for a moment and accepts it. Well, that's all right. I guess you're back, so it couldn't have been that bad. Um, well, I haven't, ever since Eloise got back, she was just so drained. She couldn't talk really much. She just went right to sleep. I'm just real worried. Got to figure out when she wakes up what's going on or how we got into all this. At that point, we're going to shift upstairs. Uh, Zari, you're going to wake up, and you kind of hear a little bit of movement downstairs. The sun is pouring through a little bit this morning, and you wake up to also a bit of a smell of bacon.
Hmm. I'm going to kind of shake myself awake. How am I feeling?
A little off kilter because that random monster had showed up in the harbor and without a much, and also you seem really freaked out because of the nature of the conversation that was being put through Eloise at that last time. It wasn't just the creature speaking; it was speaking through her at some level. It's a little off put.
That's fair. I'm going to stretch. I'm going to take comfort in my normal daily routine of checking everything I own. I'm probably gonna walk down fairly moderately slowly. I guess not like extremely, but I'm probably tired.
Taking your time. When you
Yeah,
when you open the door, the smell of the bacon and breakfast kind of really rushes through. Can you give me a history check?
sure. History check for breakfast. That's not great. That's 6.
It's interesting breakfast, choice this morning. You haven't had bacon. It's just kind of, neat, different, biting at you a little bit. So you make your way down the stairs, and you see sitting at the table at this point is both Doric and Reef hanging out there, and looks like they're just kind of getting at a plate. There is a plate. Actually, there's 2 of them still set out at the bar if you'd like to grab one.
Definitely. I will grab a plate. I'll sit down next to Reef and Doric and say morning.
Morning.
I nod.
Oh.
You you look kind of how I feel a little bit. Looks like worse for wear a little bit too.
Yeah, I didn't sleep great. It's been a lot.
Yeah, I never happened that kind of thing like last night. That's just, I don't know. To hear Eloise like that, I didn't really sleep at all.
How is she? I'm gonna ask like quieter.
She's still asleep, and I checked a couple times. Make sure she's there. You know, so still seems okay, but resting, which I'm not surprised. Like, gotta take a weird toll.
Um, I don't suppose there's any unusual stories in Enferacuse of like possessions or things.
There's always stories about stuff here. That's the problem. Is that just there's so much going on. There's been wives' tales, people being possessed, which turned out they owed somebody money and they try to get out of it or something, or I but nothing nothing like this, like that. People go, people they say people just kind of like drop off the face of the earth here somewhat, but like if they're running into something like that, I can see why they're just maybe disappearing or whatever. If I didn't have all of you there, I'm very sure that if I had found Eloise by myself, I was not coming back out of that either. So I don't know.
Okay, well, maybe if possessions is too broad, what about a sea beast with tentacles or some sort of orange spectral tentacles? That can't be too common, even in Enferacuse.
No, and it's not something I have any inkling of. It's just so strange. It's just imagine there's ways to find out more. Like that's probably where after hearing from Eloise is kind of where I'm thinking to start is just trying to figure out what what that was or where what it wanted or how we got there. It's just so I have so many questions and that's why I didn't sleep too.
At this
I'm-
point, Rafe is very confused.
Yes.
He's like, what's happening?
Well,
Oh, you missed it. It was freaking great. There was this giant glowing octopus, and there was the little girl. She got possessed, and I hit one of them with a hammer, and it went flying off into the water. Oh man! Oh, Tobias also got hit, and he went flying as well. It was great. Oh, and then there's this really slimy, wispy man attached to all the tentacles, and oh, we beat him down real good. The pier itself seen better days. It's not more of a pier. It's kind of pier pieces. Um,
we probably are going to be held responsible for that.
no. How would they think that we did that?
Well,
they
we were
still-
there, and the tentacles are gone, so you can't hold the tentacle octopus squid person responsible.
No, we'll be fine because it for at least for us because at some level, thankfully, Rin was there and Rin can vouch, and I'm getting the Dockmaster is going to take Rin's word for it over anything else.
Oh.
So, yeah. So
Right.
Yeah, I'm not worried too much about it, but yeah, you missed, and he feels the back of his head at this point because he remembers being tossed, like Doric said, across the dock, and just kind of like, yeah, landed. It was awesome. It was ow, but yeah, you missed a lot while being in prison.
You were in prison?
Yeah.
What happened?
At this point, you can all inform each other of what kind of happened along the way a little bit more. But at this point, Grim, you also the sun is really peeking through, so it's waking you up. You had a kind of a ruckusy kind of night, so you really didn't have a chance to feed unless you took in anything before you went to bed. But you did wake up with a bit of the air. Your senses are full and perfumed with the smell of bacon downstairs. Albert also is at the foot of your bed.
Oh, buddy, you're supposed to be up here, not down there.
And he kind of just puts his paws up and just kind of like bop along. It seems like he wants to make his way out towards whatever the yummy smell is.
Mm-hmm. We make our way down.
When you walk out the door, I would love a history check from you.
Asians. It's not even gonna help. Natural 1 + 2 for 3 + 3 is 6.
Okay. For some
No
reason,
one know about this mystery breakfast meat.
bacon Bacong's a surprising choice. It's odd. Something strange about that. Huh. Well. The once you get down the stairs, Albert kind of just really easily ekes his way around towards the bar, trying to get towards that yummy smell. And you also see the rest of your group sitting down at the table. There really isn't anybody else in the bar this morning.
Good morning, compatriots. What is this delectable meat?
Bacon today, I think, right? Hey, Mark,
So it's pig?
Is it bacon? You see the orc stick his hand out with a thumbs up out of the kitchen.
Is it pig bacon?
You see the hand go.
Ah,
I'm like mid-bite. Ah.
Sorry. Please roll a d20.
Uh-huh. Oh, 17.
You get a flash from yesterday of your way back from the guards, and that there was this neat new creature following you guys all back to the Rock Bottom Inn. You get a quick flash to this greased pig, this greased boar that followed you back, and you have a moment of questioning what's going on right now.
I
Kill
thought
my second friend.
Hold on.
You didn't. You did not have this realization. Sorry, did.
I'm gonna like
You
Take-
killed my boyfriend.
take the bacon out of my mouth. And it's like, this isn't. I'm gonna like direct this towards the chef. This isn't the greased pig friend that we had, right?
He sticks his head out and kind of cocks it, shakes it.
So definitely not.
Uh,
What?
He doesn't
haven't-
know.
he has no idea what you're referring to either. So you Grim, at this point, you can choose, now that you do know and realize some of this, whether or not you would like to go and look for the boar that was out the door.
Oinkers. Oinkers. No. No.
Once you go outside and go out a window, the door has the half thing open. You do note that they are there and safe, though they look like the shit is scared out of them.
Oh, thank goodness. I thought you were dead.
It kind of snorts
It's
at
all
you.
good.
It snorts a bit at you and this, and just kind of pops down a little bit.
Holding the bacon still. I throw it down. Here you go, buddy.
You definitely get a startled jump to the side.
Is it sentient to know that it's its own bacon? Does it know that it's its own meat?
It is something is bothering it that is enough etherealness to connect the dots.
Okay.
I went with the idea that this boar rolled a very high check for itself this morning with what was going on, and so has a lot more knowledge with that in mind. So
Okay, so this thing's going to be a part of our party if it understands this.
boars and pigs are very smart. It's one of those fun little facts.
They're
They
still
are.
carnivores.
Yeah, but again, whether or not they're going for their that's always up for debate with those kinds of things. And we're gonna go with the no for this boar. You found that he's all right, and Tobias is okay. That's fine. We'll be bacon all around. I'm gonna go check on Eloise one more time, and as he gets up and makes his way out towards the kitchen, you do see a sleepy Eloise holding what appears to be a small stuffed doll kind of just make their way out. A little tired-eyed, more than you've ever seen Eloise really working and doing things at the inn.
Um,
Hi.
oh, she's waking? Okay.
Yes.
Never mind.
Hi. Oh.
Morning.
Morning, slugger.
Ah. Eloise, how did you sleep? Much. Really heavy. Like there was a lot going on. So strange.
I do know a good method to have better sleep. If you want, I could assist before bedtime later.
Yeah. That's Eloise. That's probably a great idea, especially getting a lot of stuff going on. But come have a seat. I think. And he grabs a plate, and he also reaches behind the bar and picks out like a piece of fruit that nobody else has gotten any fruit this morning, and plucks it on the plate as well, to pull in for Eloise. Has her have a seat next to all of y'all, and Reef, it occurs to you at this point, just as a quick memory, that you saw Eloise yesterday kind of around where you were. And you could choose to do at any point what you'd like to do with that.
I ask, so why were you at the police station or the guard station last night?
Oh yeah, it was on the errands. Gosh, seems so like it was so far away, so long ago now. I I had to drop off the license fee for the inn. That was with them. Yeah, there was this guard who was just really angry about it as soon as he saw the name of the inn. I don't really know why.
Oh.
But, yeah. But he
What
took
do you look
it.
like?
That was probably the
Um,
guard captain.
There was he has a sour face. No, the captain's the nice guy. He's the one with the hat with the feather. This guy was like looked like he had this pair of he was twirling this pair of brass knuckles and looked really angry,
Oh.
yeah, just I don't know. He just seemed like he was having a bad day.
Can I use my new spell of disguise self and turn into the guy because I've seen him, right?
Yeah, you have. Why not?
And I'll just say, does he look like this? And it's almost of an explosion of skin, like a balloon inflating and then deflating into what it would look like. I've always had that.
All of you turn to Grim as Grim turns into the guard that you had met at the both at the first day you met Albert and that you competed against in one of the guard teams, that guard lieutenant.
I'm a big stinky poo-poo head. I'm a meanie pie.
Yeah,
okay, I'm going to stop before someone comes in and I get more in trouble. Yes.
Next time you do that, just avoid tell us to avoid eye contact. That was off-putting. But he was the one who took the license. Oh yeah, he's the one who took it this time. Seemed like he must have had some paperwork duty that he didn't want to have or something. I don't know. Just very odd. Yeah, it's just all the tasks are real fuzzy. Well, you had a lot of things you had to do yesterday, so I have no idea how you got to the end of it, so at this point she kind of just starts to think. Looks like you can all tell she's starting to think really hard in all of this to try and lay some of this out.
Zorak still hasn't gotten the hint that you don't want her to know, so he's gonna kind of chime in. Oh, okay, so we found you at the pier, and you were all staring into the distance.
Can I jab my foot into his knee?
You can.
Better roll a high enough check.
What am I rolling for that?
I would say just make an attack roll. And I'm going to ask you to, if you're, give a perception check, Doric.
17.
Perception 5.
Doric, you feel an elbow. Ah.
The hell?
And I'm just gonna pretend nothing happened.
Why did you hit me? I was busy telling Eloise on how badass she was.
I thought his perception was low.
Well, he felt he didn't know enough to stop you or to avoid it. He got he got hit in the knee, like you said.
I just don't know why I'm being hit.
Just reminding you that she had a hard day yesterday, so we should probably not be as so detailed, so that she broad gist of maybe it is okay, but maybe not all the details.
I was at the pier? That doesn't sound right.
Okay, not all the details.
And none of the possibly scary ones or weird ones, if there are any, which I don't think there are.
Yeah, we'll just.
Why are you getting louder?
Because like he's looking more and more puzzled the more I talk. That's fine.
Yeah.
No. Wait, are you talking to in-game? Because that was me responding in-game.
No, go respond in-game. So am I.
Yeah, I was talking in-game.
Okay. Your character has the same voice as you, so it's...
I know,
I can't differentiate sometimes.
I'm not really great with throwing, like, with adjusting my actual voice,
great.
so...
You're doing great. I need clarification because I know see it sometimes.
Well, I agree we should keep some things in weird light, you know. But Eloise, so let's talk. Did you get through? Let's go each task. Let's kind of just go through all of them. All right. Let's see. Dropped off the license. Had to drop off the business, all our business tax fee in the market with Auntie, which, God, that was awful. Had to, oh man, I feel like I had to drop off some writ information for you. Did I do that? And she looks at Tobias, and Tobias is like, yeah, we had to drop off a couple of paperwork things there, and he kind of just nods at her on that one. But yeah, you were supposed to come back after dropping off the license. What happened there? I don't know. Just kind of, I remember just walking down the street and the drain along the edge, just everything going white all of a sudden. I don't know.
Out of character. Where was that again?
She just indicated she was walking in slum side along the drain. And you know there's a pathway that kind of just cuts its way across on either side of the drain.
Okay, thank you.
Does this sound familiar to where I was?
It does sound kind of familiar.
I kind of like quickly pull out paper and like draw a map and put it in front of her and like, here?
You take this map and you make a little bit of the lines from the lake and everything too. Yeah, that's kind of it. I was walking along that edge trying to make my way here. I don't know. It's just odd. Good. Glad it's over, I guess.
We are glad you're back too.
Do you have any idea who the last person you talked to or saw was? And she also kind of just thinks really hard, real quick. No, but I know their voice. Like something like when it went white, I heard somebody say something. I don't know. It's odd. And then I just had this weird dream about like this deep, like really deep, disconcerting voice too, which was awful.
Oh, last night.
Yeah, just trying to like talking a lot about how I needed to like I don't know like go for a swim or something like that. It was weird, just weird. I hate like silly dreams like that. It's just the better ones like when the falling ones.
Okay.
Tobias pats her on the back, says, "All right, that's enough. I don't think we don't want to pressure you or push you real hard because it was seems like that yesterday was real difficult. So, but you're safe. You're here and you're safe now. Um, I think it's probably a good day to stay. Stick around here, okay? All right, that's fine. Maurice has more bacon, so I'm gonna go get some." And she makes her way back towards the kitchen.
Still don't know what we're eating, do we?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
You're muted.
Why you hit me?
Well, she seems a bit off. No reason to immediately let her know that she had spectral tentacles sprouting out from her, and then there was this weird
It might
squid
help her remember
person and
something.
all this stuff.
It might help her remember something.
I mean, if you feel like it could be valuable, I mean, Tobias would know her better, so to judge whether or not that'd be all right. But
Well, it's probably going to come up. Nothing stays down for long, but again, giving her a day may be the right call here. But did you say, Reef, that you saw them around the police station?
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, at least we know that happened. Like, 'cause even though Eloise saw something, Eloise clearly wasn't in control or all there. I guess, and who knows when that might have actually happened. But if you saw them there and that was one of the last spots, that's good. It's just I don't know if any of the other things would have affected her that day, or if anybody where she'd gotten off to after she dropped that off. It's just so I don't know. It's worrisome.
I mentioned the drain again.
what?
I went here when I disappeared for those few days. I went back last night to check it out, or yesterday to check it out, and that's where I got arrested. There's something weird.
They arrested you at the drain?
Ish.
Oh. He feels like there's more going on, but he's not going to press it. Well, it does seem very like a weird coincidence that that's what happened to you. So I don't know. I think that more questions than I like in these things. My job is meant to be just to make everybody here happy and pay more for their drinks and things, but seems like that's why we're trying to help people. I guess is this complicated thing, but it comes with some complicated costs apparently. Well, I guess everybody's safe and sound today. That's the best we could ask for to start. And I don't know. I think it's probably a good day for everybody to kind of think about just getting their bearings. Maybe not tackle anything major today. Just feel like we've gotten ourselves in a good place. Let's see. And he does pull out something that's been hanging on his side all this time, and it seems like a scroll. And he unfurls it on the table, and it is the declaration that the Rock Bottom Inn is a guild hall. All right, we got this thing last night due to all of your well, first off, all the good things we did, but also how you made the guards look apparently terrible too. So
Is Out of character, is this the same thing, the poster that says for help that was on the board? Or
No,
is this different?
this is different. This is the scroll that was delivered at the end of last session by the captain of the guard, certifying that
Okay.
this place as a guild hall. So, what you would consider most likely like a charter and an official document that way. Since it happened last night, of course, it's not hung up where anywhere or anything yet. It's just exists.
Okay.
But the paperwork on this is ink still even wet. So it might be a good day to kind of rest with the idea that we're gonna have to take this real seriously, really, from here on out. And he looks at you, Doric, a little bit. And said, "Is this good enough to signify we're taking this seriously?"
Paperwork. We made a name for ourselves. Let's let the people come on in and make this place a good place to work.
Hmm.
All right. Well, I think work's gonna have to happen, especially with that whatever the heck's going on. So I'd say today take the day a little bit and get your rest, get some bearings, maybe go and do a few things around the city. And we'll at the end of the day we'll kind of make a plan. I'm gonna go try to check in with that with the guards and just to make sure that this is legit, but also maybe ask who was with Eloise specifically on their way out.
The question,
Mhm.
as I am having a bit of a forget me moment. During the time that I went and did my last feeding with the Blackfoot child, the young lord, um, I saw visions from his dreams, correct?
I think so. Yeah, I think we had.
So if I'm contemplating doing something and I would I'm debating whether or not I want to tell the group. No one knows I'm a vampire. I would say I'm just a weird character.
You're a weird person who bit somebody one time.
Mhm. I don't think it'd be a problem. It's just overall, I'm contemplating telling the group because overall, I might be able to see what happens to the parts that she can't subconsciously. So that's why I'm trying to think: do I just do this on my own later? Do I tell the group? I'm in a little bit of a pickle in my own mind.
I will let you contemplate that, and whatever works will work.
I'm gonna hold off.
Tobias will get up from the table and roll the scroll up, seemingly like they're gonna get it taken and go with it, getting some official notifications on it. You all today have the ability to take a bit of a walkabout in Enferacuse for a bit because again we've been doing so many like task related things. Now it's a day for you to kind of just catch up to the things that you would normally want to maybe take a moment to do. And that means, realistically, based on some of your thoughts, histories, backgrounds, that Grim, you could go see some folks at the church. You could stop at the lost souls home, like we talked about before, that you didn't make it to ever. Doric, you still also the hunters. Was your past residence and where you connected to. You can always go back to them. We'll say that Ferrari is taking a day of rest after getting smacked out of the sky a bit. Sorry, you have had work in and around the area, or you could go kind of go some old haunts. And Reef, you haven't been out of Enferacuse in a little while, so you can always check on or get a note out to those who you know outside of there too. All things are possible. I will give break. We'll call a break right now for everybody to think maybe where they want to spend this time and allow everybody a bio break and doing some other things. Thank you for coming to Enferacuse here for a bit, and we will be back again very soon.
Okay.
All right.
going to be going to the church so he can finally, because he doesn't know what the bishop wants, and I have a mission that I need to do for him still. So, I don't know what that is.
I think I actually already know what I want to do. I want to follow up on for help poster, which is on the notice board, because there's something strange about it that I remember from last session that I wanted to examine. I wanted to go find Honda, the halfling mom from the few sessions ago, because she has connection to the underworld, so I kind of want to pick her brain. I didn't need to do that. And then I want to go shop, but I don't know if I'll be able to, but there are some things I want to buy and stock up on. And then maybe just randomly wander around the old haunts, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yes, just sat down.
I'm in a faraway universe. So one random fact that I learned, and I'm sorry to start beforehand, that Zoom breaks space-time, said by Neil deGrasse Tyson. Any call that is a FaceTime is breaking space and time because you do not have to have a place to meet because this is a physical area. So you can say, let's meet up at 9 o'clock. We just go on Zoom. That's not a place. That's just wherever you are. So you're breaking space time. That's science.
And we are back to Evils of Enferacuse. We left off with our group having a little bit of a conversation, always just having an opportunity to understand what was going on, but also getting instructions just to take the day to do something for themselves. And so that's kind of what we're going to leave today, is everybody's getting an opportunity to go into Enferacuse and do something and come back to the Rock Bottom Inn from there. That means things for your own personal lives and things, or maybe you want to find some thread you want to follow along the way of things we've done so far. It's all fair game. So You can even do these things together or apart. So, would you like to tell anyone want to tell the group where they're thinking of going and doing?
I'm thinking of either going around and spreading the word that we are now a fully established guild hall and visiting Gram Gram.
Okay.
Heading over to the bishops, well, to the bishop and to the church.
Okay.
I want to do several things. I want to first examine the For Help poster from last time because I remember I made a note that I wanted to examine something weird about it. I know we're not going to take it, but I just want to examine it.
Which one are you looking to examine?
You described it as the poster with a more official and better picture of all of us. It says For Help.
Yeah, okay. Yes, the better one. Okay, we can go down that road.
Yeah. I just wanted to examine it right now. But then I also wanted to go and find Honda, the halfling who seems to have a connection to the underworld. There are some things I wanted to ask her. A lot more things than originally I wanted to ask her, but I definitely wanted to ask her things. I also wanted to go shopping if possible and buy miscellaneous useful things or things I hope will be useful. And then just kind of wander wherever the wind takes me, if there's time.
Okay. Reef?
So I'm just gonna go out into the woods surrounding Enferacuse and enjoy some alone and quiet time with my wonderful companion. Recharge my introvert battery.
Okay. We will go in some really interesting order. So we will start with Zari, who Zari first wants to examine the poster that now is nicely up against the wall near the door that says For Help. It has visages of you, all that are much more well drawn, that look a lot more professional, like you, and like you're, and also kind of a level of heroic. Is there anything else would you really want to get in depth?
Yes.
Okay, give me an investigation. Of course, my computer froze.
19.
Okay. All right. Let me unlock my computer, which had that information. You note that as you kind of peer it over, that there is a bit of a mark down at the bottom.
What does it look like?
It is a sun dash the letter J.
Like a picture of a sun.
Yep. Like a rising one in the dash letter J.
Oh. And then dash J. Okay. Got it.
Okay.
That's nice. That was it.
Okay.
I'm just going to put it back for now.
Okay. Doric, you see there's a couple of them also sitting on the table on your way out. You can take them with you on your way to spread the good news.
Snagging too.
You got it. You make your way into Enferacuse, and I gotta pluck out this. You start just kind of seeing there is a few of the posters out and around, been posted up. But are you going to go anywhere specific? Are you getting verbose? What do you want to do there?
Oh, I want to go to the Coliseum or the area that we all competed with. Was that like a made area or was that just an open area? Inside of town.
The area that you were up against the guards was near the guards tower that was in the south of Slumside. Across the drain from that is the arena.
And the arena is where we fought.
No, you have not. The arena has been under renovation. You did recently
Right.
see that it's going to be opening back up soon.
Okay. So I bring myself a good old soapbox and I set it up in front of the guard station and stand on it. Did we make a name for our guild hall yet?
It only lists and what you remember seeing the name of the inn. Nothing else yet.
Okay, let's see. How am I going to do this? People, people, hear ye, hear ye. If you remember the events that have just traversed, in which a couple of adventurers trounced, denounced, beat down, clowned around, and showed the guards how to handle business, come down to the Rock Bottom Inn, where we are now an established guild hall. Even you could be an adventurer one day with some hard work and skills. Note that becoming a guard will leave you lazy, inept, not good enough to fight an adventurer that's just starting out. Come and be a real person. Are there any guards around me?
I'd like you to do two things.
Yes.
First, I would like a performance roll.
Got it. Do our
Can't
chaos
save him
die
for
from
that.
the last time still apply?
Yes, you hold on to them for as long as you have them.
Okay, performance. I got an
Ugh.
8, and I'm gonna roll my Mayhem die, which is a D8, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
So 15.
Okay. You do attract the attention of several folks who are passing around that area. It's like a curved area on the bottom of some side, so it does have some regular transit. It's also wide enough for some of the wagons to go through, so there is some regular traffic that way. You do stop some folks who do take attention and kind of see you there on your bucks. Next, I'd like you to give me a perception check.
Okay. 1 second. Perception check. Let's see. Where are you, perception? Can I just not? Ah, there we go. 16.
You do note there are a few guards now, because they're close enough to their barracks, that have peered out to kind of look at you. You also hear something above you land behind you.
I look to see what it is.
How tall are you again?
I am 6'2".
Okay. You turn around, and there is nothing at this height. Though, you start to peer down, and there is a very familiar sparrowkin who has landed behind you.
Oh, hi. Hold on. I'm almost done. Any of the other guards, are any of them portly in any way?
Let's go with the roll on that. The ones who are out looking at you know.
Okay. Or any of the losers around there, the one from the competition.
The skinniest one that had trouble with climbing, they're out.
Gotcha. I then bow to the crowd and then look at the guy over there that lost. You remember this? Guards like this are happening all over your town right now. They are coming up and they are not fit for fighting, and they're not fit for protecting you, as well as an adventurers group could have, pretty much making everyone here an able-bodied fighter. Now, it is not to say that any of them are bad, but without coming to a guild hall and learning, you could be the next one to lose to an adventurer.
Oh, excuse me.
Yes.
I was told I have to ask you to leave.
Yeah. Any particular reason why?
Well, the captain says you're not allowed to grandstand here. I don't know that law. It sounds really dumb. But hey, next time I hear, and he points over across the drain at the arena.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're opening up in 2 weeks, and if they're open up in 2 weeks and you're free, I'm free, we could get a fight on.
That sounds great. Hold on 1 second. I take my soapbox and I move directly across the street. Hear ye, people! And I go again. Same speech.
He waves because he believes you're good now.
I knew he would. I knew he would, though. I like him.
You do another performance. You do gain some notoriety from folks who are passing by.
He's an Aarakocra, right?
He's a Sparrowkin, which is a bit of a difference. It's only slight. It's very close to Aarakocra. I found this variety
more like a raven.
It has a really interesting balance to dexterity and strength that I was reading that I'm using.
I'm just saying your bird energy for the NPC is coming off real good.
There you go.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. So
it when I close my eyes, I hear bird. Like that's what I think. It's whatever bird you tell me, I see it.
Perfect. He goes back to the barracks. He seems like he's ecstatic, and he doesn't come back out. So you go again through your performance. You do gain notoriety. Let's see if you have anything else that I should be aware of at the moment. Okay. Give me a perception check, Dork.
You. Six.
Gorak, you're looking around and there was like a crowd of 6 or 8 people. And you're really excited because you kind of really are just, getting a lot of the note out there. You kind of move your head across a couple times, and as you move your head to left to right once, I could have swore there was another person there. Huh. All right.
Where?
You had been looking like you're going back and forth, and so you had looked right, and then you had looked left, and when you looked right again, you swore there was another person in between them. Huh. Interesting.
Okay.
But you make your way through your speech, and you're able to get a lot of great information out there. People know where the guild hall is and to go to the rock bottom inn. So successful performing there as some outcomes, and we'll see how that brings up some things in a bit.
Awesome.
We are gonna go on to Reef. Reef, you make your way out of the city with your companion, and you have some opportunity to spend some time in the forest. You are making your way out on the east side of Enferacuse, which is kind of your standard space that goes towards the forest side.
All right.
Okay. From there, you note there's not a lot of different, there's not a lot of action going on. It's really nice to be able to get off into nature that way. What I would like to ask is if you are going to anywhere specific, or if you're just kind of looking for space without people.
Space without people.
Okay. Give me a nature check on that.
Nature.
And refresh my memory. I'm forgetting and I can't find my notes on your companion's name.
Ash.
Ash. I don't know why. What did you get on your roll?
13.
Okay, perfect. You are able to easily kind of, after going a little bit down the pathway that's leading into the forest, take a bit of a way through a bit of the brush that and you can see nobody's really traversed. And Ash follows you off into the woods, and easily are able to, after a few minutes, walk to a bit of a forest clearing that has ample room for any type of activity you would like to kind of conduct with Ash.
We play fetch. We climb some trees. Well, I climb the trees and he barks at me.
Awesome.
And we run around and then we just sit, relax.
Very good. Give me a perception check.
Perception. Oops. That was a 11.
You and Ash, as you're resting for a little bit, and you kind of put your hand down and just kind of lay back, you realize you put your hand in a hole.
Oops.
You feel, as you kind of get down there, you feel a little bit of static movement or not static. It's a little bit of scurrying movement in there, and not much else.
I check it out.
Okay. When you go to investigate and look in there, you see what appears to be a horned rabbit.
Huh.
It kind of looks at you and doesn't look so much scared looking at you, but as soon as Ash is near the hole, it really backs into trying to get away from the opening.
Can I use animal handling to like be friends with it?
You absolutely can.
That will be a 14.
Awesome. It starts to sniff your hand and eventually is willing to kind of poke its way out of the hole. You could see that it had a bit of a rope tied to its leg for some reason.
Does it look like a trap rope or like?
It looks like something was it was just holding something there.
Huh. I take the rope off.
It seems dandy about it, though it does nudge it like it's supposed to do something with it.
Huh.
But he just hops around a bit, seeming a little bit more comfortable now with you there.
Cool. I just hang out with the rabbit and Ash.
Cool. You guys have a great afternoon, relaxing, easy to take in, experiencing nature. Tremendously positive. When you make your way back into Enferacuse, you note coming through that there seems to be another set of guards checking blood writs on your way in.
I gulp and proceed.
Okay. You make your way in line. The rabbit has not followed you. It stayed in the forest, but Ash has. Ritz, please. Ritz, move along. And you're in line behind a rather opulent and well-dressed woman, who hands over a writ in front of you. Let's see, yeah. Yep, it's fine. Go on. Writ next, please.
I move forward and give the writ.
He takes a look at it. That's strange. You're animal, domestic, or business?
Domestic.
It doesn't list that here. Well, seems like they're all right, okay? Are you good? He's looking at Ash now, and Ash just kind of like is sitting there cocking its head at the guard. Yeah, I think that's fine. You should make sure that this gets updated with the council's office.
I will.
All right, move along. And you're able to make your way back into Enferacuse. No issue. We are going to go on to Grim. Grim, you're making your way to church and to the bishop. So as you get in, you do see the initiate that you have been running into as of late, who has also been to the rock bottom inn. He seems like he is putting in some plants on the outside, so you do see him as you enter. What did I name him?
You have to till more of the soil right there. It's not very well done. You'll get there eventually.
Oh, are you here to take the job today?
Yes. All the business that we had has been concluded. So I am at the bishop's leisure.
Oh, thankfully. And this is Initiate Pebble. Initiate Pebble is seemingly very relieved at that note. You do note that he has a bandage on his forehead.
Oh. Did you bonk your head with the shovel?
Not the shovel today. Just cleaning duty gets a little hard, some days. So, but I think I'm all right. I'm glad you're here.
Well, I'll be off to see what all of the hubbub has been.
All right, you make your way inside. The bishop is not in his office right now, but there is a notice on the door.
Okay.
As you look through, it seems like the bishop is doing house calls up in the upper echelon areas of Enferacuse right now. So, taking a look, he basically says he will be back in the day, but he is right now out in making house visits, and will be back at the end.
Cute. And that's in the city, or
Yes, he is in the more. You can easily see that he's indicated he's going into the more expensive districts. Because again, this is the bishop. You know that he would not be doing house calls unless it was something very specific, like somebody who has some influence could ask him to do that kind of thing.
all right. Okay. Well, if he's not here and he's gonna be gone for a day, I don't want to sit around and wait for anything, and I'm not sure if the initiate knows all the details that I need. So what I will do is make my way up to the higher echelons area. And what I'll do is, if I do not see him immediately, I will head to the young lord's house to see how he is and check up on him. And I'll ask the lord's servant, the butler, whatever they wish to call them, if they can put a word out to see if anyone's seen him up here while I say hello.
We'll see which one of those hits first for you here.
Sure.
All right. When you get up to the upper areas, you were in some of the other fancier district already, where the young lord was, but based on this being the bishop, you move a little further on, further up the hill into Enferacuse, and for this rich area, it really kind of goes partially up the mountainside. And at the top, there is a set of gates where it has 2 guards captains on either side before people are allowed to enter the gate. When you get there, you note that coming out from there is the bishop. Oh, my boy. It's good to see you.
See you too, Bishop. All of my business has been concluded. It seems, with everything that we have done, we have opened up a guild hall at the inn that I stay at. It's very exciting.
Very good. It's good works. The good works will out. That's very nice. I would say then, if I could, at some point, you should if you would, take the job that we're offering a bit someday.
I talked to Initiate already. I told him to till the soil some more. He missed a few places.
Pebbles like that some days.
What happened to their head?
Oh, it's a bit complicated, I think. One of the reasons we put out the job, because if we can't get some more, skilled parishioners in to take care of the cleaning, some things tend to happen and go off. It's if you come by with your group, we will easily show you what's going on.
Yeah, we are taking. I know the group is taking a light day as they have spread the word throughout the town of the new guild to try and generate some people trying to get some things done. But I can say that this will be our first official one, although we technically, I would have to say the one that got us the thing is official, but hey, we'll get right on it.
No, there's no qualms about coming first or second, my child. Whatever, and I'll be glad to see you when you can arrive.
And this is happening at the church?
Yes, and even for yourself in one of the inner cloisters, which I know you're not necessarily at the level, but times call for some of those things.
Curious. Well, I'll let the group know that a child has been hurt and is in dire need of looking into. Maybe that will speed in their processes.
I appreciate it justly. We will definitely give you some helpful assistance with your new guild venture. It's good to see someone of your stature being willing to work in something such like a guild. It warms the heart when someone's so up in the or where you've been to come down and do this with and for the group and for the church.
Now, I know initially the group will possibly, well, I know at least the tavern owner, since it's his guild hall and we do business there, he might try to affiliate this, so he might ask for payment.
Oh no, absolutely. We were going to offer some potential more barter than we don't deal in much coin as much as
I
it
was going
is.
to say, I think we have some healing instruments and potions maybe we can get our hands on.
Absolutely, absolutely. We have the ability. The other initiates definitely have spent their time making some good things, so we'll have that in order for you all. And good. It seems like a wonderful use of everyone's time, and it'll definitely help us.
Ooh. And with this generated business, with new initiates, we could have a whole potion healing classes and generate more for the church through that. Yes,
That
this
sounds
would be good.
It sounds excellent, but whatever you do, and he looks a little bit around a little bit at this point. Says, whatever you do, I like that idea, but just don't mention it around those forgotten flame folks. They get a little touchy when we start getting into educating folks like that. Just keep it in mind, all right?
Oh, he's talking about the hippie guy.
He's talking about the College of Magic. That is
Oh,
also,
yeah.
also
Yeah,
located
yeah.
up there in that general section, which is why he was looking
Well,
around.
where we are, we can basically look down and see it right
Yep.
there, right?
Yes, you can.
Yeah. It's like
You're
yes.
as it's moved up the mountain, you're kind of at the level with their tower system at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But
Because they generate that stuff, right?
they do a lot of that kind of business. So, well, my boy, we'll see you soon, and I feel like this will be a wonderful, wonderful opportunity.
Well, I'm off now. Actually, are you heading back? Should I walk you there?
Oh no, I must make one more stop. It is always in my charge to see the orphans on the way by up here. I'm gonna go stop down there.
Yes, I meant to head down there the other day, but that's the same time I saw the young lord. So,
Very good. But you take care of yourself, and we'll see you back in soon.
yes.
He goes to shake your hand, which I don't remember exactly how you'll feel about that.
he goes in, but when he goes to shake the hand, it's one of those moments where have you ever had somebody do the whole hand thing? Well, mine just like collapses in his hand, and I have like no like facial expression, like if it hurts or anything. It's just
yes. Take care. And he makes his way down the hill towards the orphanage. If you'd like to go in any other direction, you can. We'll kind of plot that out.
I'll head. I'll probably head down back to the slums to the see if I run into any of my party members.
Okay.
Before I head back to the tavern.
All right, you do that, and we'll join back up with you here. Zari, we're going to go back to you, and you were going to go and try to find Hunda. Hunda,
Yes.
as far as you remember, Honda was offered a room in the Rock Bottom Inn. So you could head in that direction or another if you're trying to examine other things.
No, I think I would head to her right now.
You make your way up to the room, and it appears you hear inside what appears to like what sounds a lot like a small child humming something.
Okay. Do I hear anyone else moving in the room? Like,
No, you do not.
okay. Knock, knock, knock.
Ooh, visitors! And as you hear the door open, you see the small child Kelly opening the door. Hey! And as you look in, you do see Honda on the bed, stroking her temples.
Did you say
Oh.
Honda?
Honda.
Okay.
Hello there. How are you? I asked the child.
Oh, I'm great. It's so good to be in new places and things. And we were able to do a few things. Mom said to just kind of keep humming along, and I just been humming. Yes, dear, humming along. That's the way that I meant that. Terribly. Why don't you go down and see if that friendly owl bear is downstairs? Okay.
Oh, we have a new friend too.
Oh, Ray!
Yeah, I think Albert and the new friend they're should be next to each other or around each other.
He runs out of the room, and she kind of sits up saying, "There's nothing else dangerous down there, right?"
Oh no, it's a pig.
Oh. I guess
Well,
I guess that's fine.
Technically, it's actually a boar, but we got it from a contest. It's tame. It's tame.
Oh. Okay, fine. That's at least out of the room for a bit. Can I do something for you?
Yeah. Yes. I'm gonna like just close the door and say, I just had some questions, and I think you'd be the best person to ask.
All right. Not sure why, but sure.
Um, at this point, I'd actually like to switch to Thieves' Cant. Just in case, because walls are not that thick in this place.
Yeah.
And using Thieves' Cant, I'd actually like to say nothing. I'd like to say something along the lines of, it's really not asking about a job or anything, but because I recognize that you and I have a similar background, I wanted to ask some questions I can't for and get information that I don't think I can really get from anyone else here.
She sits up and kind of measures you as she pushes her legs back over the edge of the bed, and just somewhat kind of moves her hand to the side of her belt, just as a cautionary, and seemingly in a cautionary sense. Is there something, and in Thieves' Cant you hear, is there something I should be worried about?
No, I'm mostly asking for our own protection, indicating as well as everyone else's here. I'm trying to leave this part of myself behind, so I'd like to keep what I'm building here intact, as you are well aware that there are things to protect.
She moves her hand away from her belt side and just looks and says, I can easily understand that, and getting away from certain things.
So I appreciate you understanding. If it makes you feel more comfortable, I'm happy to take all of my belongings and things and put them aside.
No, that's not necessary. If I felt like I was threatened, you would know it.
I'm sure. You made quite the first impression.
Well, there was going to be a bigger problem if that cat did not return what it was necessary to return.
Yes, I understand. That was actually one of my questions. Just so I know who not to cross with the still in Thieves' Cant. But with the pipe and pepper, I wanted to know. I don't know if it's safe, but if they have an organization name and what do they primarily deal with, so I can steer our associates not away from anything having to do with them.
She give me a persuasion.
Sure. Where's the number? There it is. 14.
Okay. She says that in Thieves' Cant, it's better to not know everything, but there is a difference here in what they are and what others are.
Okay.
And she kind of stands at this point and says, I think it's good to know that the pepper is very spicy, whereas the gallery here in this side is just has a few extra odds and ends here and there.
Interesting. So pipe and pepper is spicy, and I'm writing down. So pipe and pepper is spicy, but she mentions another thing, the gallery.
Yes.
So the gallery is more like odds and ends. All right. Is odds. Okay. I thank Hunter and I really appreciate that. That is all I need to know, I think.
I would avoid that place if you can.
Yes. I'm glad we made it out alive. Moving on to a more recent thing. Do you know anything about anything supernatural, either involving tentacles, something spectral, something around the lake, or unusual amount of missing or dead people like occurring?
When you
We had
say the word dead, you see that her eyes widen a bit.
I explained a little bit. We had a problem finding Eloise downstairs. And we found her, but we're all a bit shaken from the experience.
She relaxes a bit with the explanation. Well, I don't have anything to do with any creatures of some sort. Unfortunately, though, some people just go missing in Enferacuse. And who knows where they end up sometimes.
Don't be suspicious.
Anything in particular about the drain?
It's just a dangerous place in general. The drain tends to bring out weird things sometimes. There's a lot of bodies that have been pulled out of the drain from time to time.
Okay. Any old folklore about that area in particular? Anything like that's like an urban legend that won't die kind of thing?
Not that I can really say. There's even getting here when my father got here. It wasn't good, I guess. It's been something that I learned as a child and has never really changed.
Thanks. And Good to know. And last thing, you mentioned the gallery as odds and ends. Not that I'm really seeking anything out, but goodness forbids that I really need to rely on some older associations. That's a better place to go seek out others with a similar past.
You'll find anything you need at the gallery.
Okay.
But
Well,
walking out of there is much, much simpler too.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that. I'd much prefer to walk on the sunny side of things. But
I have to start getting used to that too, so I wish you well in your pursuit there.
and you. Thanks for your time.
She bids you farewell as you make your way out of Hunda's room. You make your way downstairs and you can see that the halfling child has figured out how to ride the pig and is currently trotting it around in the front yard in the fence.
Oh, wow. You're like a regular knight over there.
He picks up a stick because you said something. So that you see that kind of as some of the accrual of time there for the rest of the day. And you said you were going to try to go. You probably have time to go one place to go buy something, so we can come back to where that is in just a moment.
Mhm.
Doric, you after you have made your performance, you make your way out towards where you has been described to you is Granny's shop. When you make your way up into the north side of Slumside, you happen to run into Grim, who is coming across the drain over the bridge.
Oh, Grim, are you here to see Grand too?
No, I was just on my way back. But never
Great!
mind.
I say as I put my arm over his shoulder. It kind of weighs down a little heavily. Let's go see her together.
Hey, I heard you all the way from the higher hills. You're very loud.
Thank you.
No, yes, okay.
Totally a
Oh.
compliment.
Doric, I have a job for us to take on. The bishop needs some help. A little child has been injured. If you wouldn't mind talking to the others too, I think this would greatly take priority. Plus, possible potions for everyone as well.
Huh. All right. Well, let's see if Grand has anything for us. She has plenty of plants and things. Probably make a good potion for the kid.
Oh, well, I'm not sure what the job entails. He told us to go by the cathedral at some point when we can.
No, sure, why not? I say as I kind of drag him closer to Grand's shop.
As you turn the corner, you enter a space. It seems like it is an alleyway between the building structure around there. Much different than the building, like alleyways that you have been around in Enferacuse. You see this one is teeming with plant life, that there are vines growing up the sides of these buildings. There is potted plants along the edges. And making your way in, you see that there is a door, a stoop with a couple of steps, and a golden door that has a little sign of a trumpeting flower on it.
Fancy.
I've lived here for so many years that I've never once even noticed this.
It's cool, isn't it?
It's hidden. It's quite lovely.
As you make your way inside in the doorway, you see the inside of this shop is very much similar to the outside, where there is plant life everywhere. There are plants out and potted. You see a few things potted in glass jars, so they're covered from the elements even inside. in those ways. And along the back wall, plenty of fixtures of potion making and crafting galore. Much the same place that you would see some beakers for making some potions and a mortar and pestle. You also see a crochet needle and yarn and things laid out with them as well. As you make your way up to the counter, you see that though you don't see Granny Moonbeam, there you see little hands sticking over the edge of the counter. Hello.
Oh, Gran.
Oh, hello, dearies. Come into the shop. Come in. And she makes her way around the counter, which you can clearly tell must have been built for someone else who was taller. And just come on in. It's great to have you as guests. What brings you in today?
Well, I just wanted to see you and say hi, but Grim might have something for you. I
Oh,
don't know.
no, not necessarily. Hello, Grandcat. How are you?
Very, very good. It's still very good to see you both. And I
Yeah.
must say that did you find that little whiskered one that you were going for the other day?
Oh yeah, we found the cat.
Oh, it's good, good. I feel sometimes that they just get into such mischief at times. It's good to see that someone's taking care of them. I don't suppose you also saw my next notice on the board, did you?
I kind of shrug and look at Grim.
I have not.
Oh, good. Well, that's fine. When you have a moment, just take a look at the details and we can go from there. If it's something that makes sense when you have time, no problem.
Hmm. Oh, I
Yes,
take out
yes.
the treats that I had. I grabbed two. I specifically grabbed one for Gran and handed to her. Here you go.
Oh, very nice. This looks delicious. I have to get that very nice. Be sure that you say hello to the rest of them, especially the fine feathered fellow that is there sometimes with y'all.
Will do. So you need anything else besides that quest?
No, just take a look at the details. I write it out because sometimes it's easier to then make sure that I've written it down and I don't forget that I have done it or not. So that should get you all squared. You do see, though, as you turn around, that Gray Moonbeam has taken one of the nicer new posters of getting help, and it is in a cute little frame on the wall, face and the same side as the doorway.
Oh.
Gran's proud of us.
You all take care now, and you can stop back anytime.
Dorak leaves, extra smiling.
You both make your way out, and as you have made your way out of the pathway, Reef and Ash are coming along the drain as well.
Reef! I shout excitedly.
I jump and cower and then look around. I'm like, oh, and walk over to you guys.
You're not lost again. We found you.
You haven't gotten knocked up.
Wait, is this really Reef? I kind of just like pick her up and just give her like a twist around. Or him, a twist around.
Doric, I didn't think you were supposed to do that.
I like freeze.
You see, I as Doric is probably holding them up, I have one hand on their hand. Like, you see how their face is? That means they're uncomfortable.
On a out of
down.
character thing, is Grief he, him, or they, them?
It's he, him for Reef.
Got it. Sorry about that.
You're good.
Okay, I put him down. Oh, sorry about that. Again.
I kind of like clench my chest, trying to regulate my breathing again.
Here, have a snack. I hand her the other pastry. Him, the other pastry.
Oh, Wraith, Grim looks at it and goes, "Are you having a panic attack or something?"
I nod and then put my hand on Ash.
I put my hand on your shoulder and cast calm emotions.
Oh, nice.
You feel a
Nice.
nice wave of calm, peaceful vibes come through.
I start breathing regularly and say thank you.
It's okay. It's okay.
Alright.
Do that nice like rubbing of the back. Very gentle. There you go. There you go.
Honestly, a back rub and a healing spell at the same time sounds amazing.
Right?
Yes. Yes.
I will remember that the next time I visit a chiropractor to describe that to them. So,
Oh, 2d8 healing.
the three of you make your way together. Sorry, you're going to make your way out to one more stop to purchase some things. What kind of thing are you looking to purchase here?
I am looking for mostly miscellaneous things. One thing that might be a bit harder to find. I am looking for utility items like ball bearings, chalk, cow traps, pouches, sacks, like things to hold things. Water skin, one extra one. Maybe a signal whistle, a healing potion if I can afford it. Anything else for the newfound guild, and if possible, a forgery kit, which I think would be kind of hard to find.
Okay. Given your generalized shopping list,
and
just
chalk.
Yeah, and things you're kind of looking for there, you realize that at least in the time you have, because it's getting a little later, you have the time to go a couple blocks over to Fizzbang's General Store.
Okay.
That is going to be your best bet at the moment.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go to Fizzbangs.
You make your way to Fizzbangs, and as you approach, the shop is interesting because it is a shop in Slumside, though, with full windows. And in those windows, you see all sorts of objects, things whirring, things moving around, all sorts of little doodads and things here and there. Making your way inside, you see there's a lot of kids who are also kind of now inside, like peering at those windows and the things moving, just like in awe, like, and really into it. Inside is has a couple of shoppers, a couple people who are looking through some wares. You know, this general store has a lot of your common general store goods, but also it seems to specialize in things that are odds and ends for self-protection, and also a couple more just mechanically oriented things.
Okay. So what do they have?
So you will, when you make your way up, you see as you get closer a human wearing a top hat.
Are you Fizzbang?
Come on! Come and purchase whatever you like. We will be here all afternoon. He strokes his red beard and is seeing whoever's listening to him. At this point, it is only you. And he's, well, just come in. It's just, we have things for you to buy.
Okay.
As you look around, roll me a D20.
Sure. $19.
Nice.
Okay. You can find almost everything you're looking here, minus the forgery kit.
I figured. Okay. So how are their prices? And
for Fizzbangs, you note that they're pretty moderately priced. You'll see based on your previous history in Enferacuse, pretty reasonable for the things you're looking for.
Okay.
So if you're looking for that list of ball bearings, caltrips, things like that, you can send me a quick kind of a notation of those. You would be able to find all those here. We can kind of work out some of the gold and or silver exchange dependent on those kinds of items.
Okay. Sounds good then.
When you bring up whatever you do purchase, hooray, there is success! and he slides everything arm first into this bag. The bag that he is providing you is woven and has a picture of his face on it.
Is that a custom bag of holding? I ask him.
It's holding all your things, isn't it? It's just some simple humor here. Hey, just take that, please, and thank you for your purchase. We hope you return.
Thank you. I definitely will. I'm really impressed with your store. Genuinely.
Very, very good. At that moment, you hear a loud bang by the front glass.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna look.
As you get closer, you realize that one of the kids who was inside peering at the objects had figured out a way to reach down far enough in the glass to press a button. And now you see that there is a small cannon-sized hole in the glass shooting outward into the street.
Oh, God.
Kids.
Is the kid okay?
Kid looks like that was the most awesome thing ever.
Do all of your things explode? I turn it back to the guy.
No, and no returns.
Oh, God. Good to know.
That's so sketchy.
Right? Like, what do you do with that? I'm gonna thank the guy, double check not to get hit by any, askew cannon on the way out, and probably walk a little bit away, find a place to kind of examine the things I bought to make sure they're also not going to explode, including the bag.
Roll me a d20.
Oh, today is just my lucky day with the d20s. That's actually another 19.
Everything is in order. And in fact, you realize on the 19 with the caltrops specifically that they look like the most painful design of a caltrop you've ever seen.
Okay. I guess that's his specialty, things that hurt.
So you have everything. Nothing looks like it's going to explode in the things that you have purchased. So, like I said, we'll go over that a little later, but we definitely going to say you definitely got at least a few caltrops to get that noted on there.
All right. Hey, is that actually a bag of holding?
No, it is not.
Okay.
It is an embroidered bag with his face on it.
Oh.
Okay. Well, at least it's nice as far as bags go.
It's a very nice bag. So,
all right.
you're able to bring these items back, and you make your way back to the rock bottom inn. But all of you arrive right about the same time as you see that there is a band striking up. It seems like a brass band is on the card for the night as they're getting ready to play. And there's some frivolity as some patrons are starting to make their way in. Tobias is serving at the bar, and much like a regular night, it seems like Eloise is in good spirits and is now seated at the bar doing some of the normal things you see her do. And as everybody pulls together, grabs something to eat and drink, make sure that you drop off a silver for nighttime foods along the way there too. Make sure you do so. The morning was free because everybody was connected, but the nighttime is not tonight. And they make some nice soup that you'll find is split pea and a little bit of some other pork product inside. But with that, you all kind of make your way and sit down, and you note that now the document signifying that the Rock Bottom Inn is a guild hall is now hung in a place along the wall, alongside the wall that always had all those different notices. And thankfully, tonight, I'm going to introduce for not only yourselves, but everybody else, a bit of an interactive element that as you take a look at the wall, you're going to see this, which I am dropping in Twitch, but also going to drop right now into the Discord chat so you can see something that you now all can interact with, which is the Tavern Notice Board wall, which you will see the image that everyone on Twitch and or YouTube sees right now, as well as the image that is now in the Discord. This is an interactive wall that you now can see exactly, as of right this moment, what exactly is listed on the tavern wall. You do see this new symbol, the circular shield that has now been placed there as well to signify, much like the insignia of the guild hall, that there is now something officially making that wall an official notice board. And with that, and with all of these notices to take advantage of, we are going to call it an evening. Everybody get back to a wonderful day. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight, and we're going to let everyone do some introductions and plug their own things and get on the things. So we'll start with Grim, who is below.
Hello, I am Grim. I'm the Grey Jedi. I play Grim, the group's cleric. I also am a map maker, and I'm the DM for Planescape Edge of the Void. That is every other Tuesday. To Leagues Underneath, which is what a Chaos Finance is game. Come check out all of those. I'll leave the Friday games to Conkleyard. But those my only announcements. And you might hit me up. I apparently have to say that now. Going that way. Doric.
Hi, I am Doric Rond. No real online handles that I go by as of now, but one day maybe I will. You can find me and Wolfie and Sweet Tea on any of his Sunday events, which is the Baldur's Gate 3 with the family. Other than that, I will be here with the rest of these hooligans. And I will now pass it over. Boom. I hope it did the right direction.
Yes, you did.
Woo!
All right. I'm Zari Mountain Creek. My gamer tag is Wolfie. I hope y'all have a good time watching us. As Doric said, I can be found with him and the rest of the family with Sweetie for Baldur's Gate. Although this Sunday we're actually not going to be streaming. But typically every Sunday for Baldur's Gate Run of Chaos. Okay then. So to Reef.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello. My name's Alex. Go by Spastic Squirrel on the Discord. And yeah, I play Reef. And that's basically it. Cool. Moving onward.
Very cool. And our missing member today is our Ferrari, the Owlkin. They will be back hopefully with us the next time, and you'll find them in the Discord, especially in the meme channel, making some really funny things show up as well. And you're always welcome to the Discord. I am Conkleyard, your evil DM, but I'm also a part of several different games at Mayhem Gaming. And opposite our different games on this Friday and other Fridays across the month, there's also the Nemesis Queen, which is taking the scene from Arakdun Rising off into the future with a brand new campaign. And also there's a game on Saturdays that is starting up soon that Doric down there is going to be a part of, as well as others, I believe, right? Is that still correct? Yeah, cool.
Yes.
Okay. So, and we're always doing things. We're having a lot of fun in the Discord. There's play-by-post. There's all sorts of stuff. So get involved. We want to get to know you and do really cool things with you. So just let us know what you want to know more about, and we are happy to help. Otherwise, we hope that you enjoyed the evening. We will be back in a couple weeks, and we hope that you keep being awesome.